Welcome to the session of the role of youth and culture in shaping a peaceful and sustainable future, organized by the UNESCO Asia Pacific Center of Education for International Understanding and Jeju Special Self-Governing Province. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this special occasion. My name is Soo-hyun Kathy Lim. I'm from UNESCO FCU. It is now my honor to introduce our distinguished guest. Let me introduce Mr. Hee Ryong-won, Governor of Jeju Special Self-Governing Province. And Mr. Woo-tak Jung, Director of UNESCO FCU. And Mr. Kwang-jo Kim, Director of UNESCO Office in Bangkok. Thank you for attending this session. Now, I would like to introduce our session chair, speakers, and panelists. Mr. Sung-un Lee, Executive Director, Korean National Human Rights Foundation, for the chair of this session. And Her Excellency Puan Maharani, Coordinating Minister for Human Development and Culture of Indonesia. And His Excellency Hamad Ba, Minister for Tourism and Culture of the Gambia. Mr. Eduardo Mendez, Executive Director, Simon Bolivar Music Foundation in Venezuela. And we have four panelists. Mr. Umer Mushtaq, Communication Manager, the Little Arts in Pakistan. And Ms. Lynn Nasralera, member of Yafa Culture Center in Palestine. And now we have Mr. Daniel Lindemann, TV personality currently working in Korea from Germany. And we have Ms. Hwa Jung-shin, representative of the Jeju-do Joa, a cultural group on beachcombing and artwork in Jeju. Thank you very much for joining this session to share your insights on youth and culture for peace and prosperity. Now, I'd like to introduce the video of the third Youth Leadership Workshop on Global Citizenship Education. For this workshop, as you can all see, we have total 50 youth participants from 42 different countries all over the world. As a part of the workshop, we had a very interesting study visit of beachcombing, like grabbing trashes from the Gimneung beach and make jewelry for the sustainable development. And also we had a peace campaign by writing a peace message on the kite and flying them at the Tarabiorem. Let's watch the video. Thank you. Now let me introduce the Director of UNESCO APCU, Dr. Utak Jung, for the session introduction and opening remark.
Yes. Her Excellency Megawati, former President of Indonesia, apa kabar? Yeah. Her Excellency Puan Maharani, Coordinating Minister for Human Development and Culture of Indonesia. Welcome to Korea. His Excellency Hamad Bar, Minister of Tourism and Culture of Gambia. And Mr. Eduardo Mendez, Executive Director, Simon Bolivar Music Foundation of Venezuela, known as El Sistema. Mr. Kang Jo Kim, Director of UNESCO Bangkok. Mr. Hyung Won, Governor of Jeju Special Self-Governing Province. Mr. Seung-Hoon Lee, Chair of the session, panelist in this session, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. 안녕하세요. Yeah. On behalf of Asia Pacific Center of Education for International Understanding, I'm most pleased co-hosting Jeju APCU session on the role of youth and culture in shaping peaceful and sustainable future. I'm also very happy to be with all of you, including those 50 enthusiastic youth leaders from 42 countries who are participating in our workshop on global citizenship education in Jeju Island. Dear participants, as new version of more peaceful and sustainable future, the target 4.7 of UN SDG emphasizes the importance of cultural diversity, culture's contribution to sustainable development, and promotion of global citizenship. We are all aware youth has the great stake for the future. Thus, you should be able to play a very significant role in realizing this global vision. In addition, we all know the power of culture to foster peace and harmony. Music, art, dance, film are the universal language and one of the most powerful means of bringing people together, providing support and hope for future. Dear participants, Jeju Island is a great place to discuss and internalize the key global citizenship education values such as peace, cultural diversity, and sustainable development. Taking this opportunity, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to Governor Won for his most kind support in organizing this very meaningful session. In this session, international and youth leaders will share their insights and experiences on the role of youth and culture in making this world a better place and suggest the way forward. I sincerely hope you will enjoy the session, sharing the concerns and commitment for a better future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, let me invite to Mr. Hee Ryong-won, Governor of Jeju Special Self-Governing Province, for the welcoming remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a Jeju Governor, I welcome all the leaders and excellencies, ministers, and the panels, and all the young friends. This is the island of art and culture. And we especially welcome the young generation because the young generation seeks for difference. And difference makes the creativity. And we could make progress through making differences. So, young generation create new culture, and Jeju will get along with you and strongly support all of you. Especially, last month, Jeju held the second UCLG Culture Summit, which is under the name of the UCLG. UCLG means the Unions of Cities and Local Governments. And around 1,000 artists and the culture leaders get together in Jeju, and we kicked off the Global Youth Culture Forum. And this forum will be held from next year and periodically, every year. And we'll provide the stage and the space for the artists and young generations gather in Jeju and seek for co-work and set the visions, making it real. So I hope all of you participate in this session and make our friendship and our partnership stronger and long-lasting from now on. So, during your stay, please enjoy Jeju's great nature and Jeju's own culture, and enjoy your own youth and passion. Thank you.
Now let me invite Mr. Kwang-jo Kim, Director of UNESCO Office in Bangkok, for the congratulatory remarks.
Mr. Woo Tak-jung, Director of APSEU, Mr. Hee Ryong-won, Governor, Jeju Special Self-Governing Province, honored guests, dear friends, colleagues, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join you for this discussion on the role of youth and culture in shaping a peaceful and sustainable future. On behalf of UNESCO, I would like to thank APSEU and Jeju Province for organizing this session. I am pleased to see such a diverse group gathered here today, from government representatives, honorable ministers and others, to those from academia and civil society groups. And I'm particularly pleased that so many young people from here in Jeju and around the world could join us for this special event. Indeed, I would like to remind our youth delegates gathered here that ultimately this is your session and this is your forum. The Jeju Forum provides a unique platform to promote peace and prosperity in East Asia, and without your active involvement, without your hard work and steadfast commitment, neither of these worthy goals will be achievable, let alone sustainable, not in East Asia nor anywhere else in the world. Our gathering here could not be more timely. Reminders come all too often of how the position of divisiveness can threaten what should be our great asset, the strength and beauty that can be found in diversity and intercultural understanding. As director of UNESCO's Asia-Pacific Regional Bureau for Education, I believe in the power of education and in the celebration of diversity to address this threat. Target 7 of Sustainable Development Goal 4 on education outlines some of the tools that we can use to forge a path to a more peaceful and sustainable world through education. Our office is, for example, active in efforts to embed and mainstream GSED in education systems throughout Asia Pacific, while also working with the governments to advance education for sustainable development. Through our ongoing project on promoting intercultural dialogue and a culture of peace in Southeast Asia through shared histories, we are working on materials for history education that focus not on nationalism at the risk of villainizing neighbors, as is often the case, but rather that highlights and celebrates the commonalities and shared values between countries. We are fortunate to serve one of the world's most culturally diverse regions. UNESCO seeks to preserve and protect our region's culture from its precious monuments and natural sites to sacred traditions passed down over millennia. We are passionate about the protection of our culture because we know that culture and identity are deeply intertwined, and that to truly benefit from the rich diversity of this region, we must first make an effort to understand and respect the culture of others. I'm pleased that the young people gathered here today have had this opportunity to share their cultures and learn from each other. And I would encourage everyone here to provide them with the support and guidance they need to create the better world we all desire. I would once again like to thank and congratulate Apseyu and the Governor Hee-Ryong-won for their efforts in organizing and co-hosting this important session at this pivotal forum. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Sung-Woon Lee and speakers and our panelists for the role of youth and culture in shaping a peaceful and sustainable future. So please come up to the stage so we can start our panel and speaker session. Thank you very much.
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, we are very excited to be here together to start very interesting session. Let me see. We are really, really diverse. Who are from Africa? Please raise up your hand. Wow. Very good. Let's give a big hand to our participants. Who are from America Latina? America. Okay. Very good. And who are from Middle East? Middle East. Wow. Big hand. And who are from Europe? Europe. Very good. And who are North America? North America. Canada, USA. Okay. And then we're from Asia, Pacific. Okay. Okay. Special welcome because I've been to many sessions yesterday, today, also last year. I think this session is most diverse and also very dynamic and also very gender balanced. You know, if you go to all other meetings, men, you know, talk, you know. But this session is very special because we are not going to make a long speech. We are going to share our story and perspective and also interactive dialogue. Okay. So we have a special keynote speaker 3, and also we have a young panelist. Okay, it's an intergenerational dialogue. All right. But since they are keynote speaker, we are going to give a little bit more time. Okay, so they are going to be a maximum 10 minutes, and then you have a maximum 5 minutes. Okay, so if you speak less than 10 minutes, more than welcome. All right. Okay, first speaker. I'm not going to give a long introduction because we want to give a little bit more time to all the speakers. First speaker, as introduced, Her Excellency Puan Maharani. She's a Coordinator Minister for Human Development Culture from Indonesia. Let's give a big hands to Mr. Puan.
His Excellency, Chairman of Organizing Committee of Jejuporam for Peace and Prosperity, Mr. Won Heriong. His Excellency, the Director General of the UNESCO Asia Pacific Center of Education. Her Excellency, Madam Megawati, Fifth President of Republic Indonesia, Executive Director of El Sistema Eduardo Mendes, all honorable guests, and hello all the youth from all over the world. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to accept the invitation of the committee to attend this prestigious Jejuporam for Peace and Prosperity to deliver a keynote speech addressed today with the theme, The Role of Youth and Culture in Shaping a Peaceful and Sustainable Future. Excellencies and honored participants, youth are the generation of the future who will carry on advancement of the civilization of the nation and state. Youth, according to their character, are dynamic. Therefore, the demand and need of youth often move faster than the space for development provided by the government. The present development of technology places youth as subject in a public space for shaping opinion and norm and even in influencing government policy. With it becoming increasingly broad and easy for its youth to convey his or her expression. We also surely hope that this will give a positive contribution for the advancement of world civilization. Besides the above conducive condition, we also find conditions wherein youth are faced with environment and situations which are full of challenges, such as the trap of narcotic competition in all fields, consumerism, instant culture, erosion of culture, human trafficking, poverty, and other. Competition in present era of globalization often bring conflict of interest in social, cultural, economic, or political field between groups, community, or even between countries. Competition which is not supported by satisfactory social, cultural, economic, and political capacity will create various disparities and failures in the social, cultural, economy, and political field on individual, group, and national level. Among youth, social, cultural, economic, and political failures and disparity can bring about feeling of frustration, disorientation of values, pessimism, radical attitudes, taking shortcuts, and perhaps even being caught into criminal action. Therefore, every country needs to create good space and environment for youth so they may grow, develop, and realize their potencies. Excellencies and honored participants. In development of youth, the role of the government is needed in managing education, strengthening empowerment of youth, and facilitating youth advice active in national development. It is hoped that this will shape youth a good character, youth who are noble, advanced, and a good personality. Youth of noble character mean youth having an understanding of human noble values as creation of the one supreme God, having feelings of tolerance, mutual respect, and appreciation of differences and humanity. Such youth will make a culture and civilized life and peace within society, nation, and state. Youth also need to be equipped and possess capability which can support their social and economic life independently from an early age is implanted an attitude which is optimistic, positive thinking, diligent, and innovative. Thus, they will have high creativity and be productive and competitive. Each nation and state has a personality in its culture. This culture needs to be passed down to youth as the generation to carry on the advancement of the civilization of their nation and state. Excellencies and honored participants, Indonesia experience in development youth has been carried out through various government policy and programs. The Indonesian government carries out policies and programs beginning from guaranteeing access to education for every child in Indonesia, to get education for 12 years of study by issuing a Smart Indonesia card to 19 million children. On the level of higher education, the Indonesian government has provided scholarship to more than 30,000 university students per year for underprivileged families. The Indonesian government is presently revitalizing vocational education to produce skilled labor. And also the Indonesian government facilitates the role of youth in development carried out through the Nusantara Sehat, all we call Healthy Indonesian Program, Partnership in Village Development Partnership for Poor Family and Pramuka, or we call Indonesian Scout activities. To strengthen the cultural personality of the Indonesian nation, at every level education is given on Pancasila as the ideology of our state, which has unified the more than 700 ethnic, dialect, and local languages, and more than 17,000 islands of Indonesia. Excellencies and honored participants, our youth will help which direction of change along with the development of the age which is so rapid. Will it merely be an antithesis of the existing system or merely offering an alternative? At the moment, our youth have carried out many positive activities, positive energy in the field of technology, economy, social, culture, sport, and other. If this possible role is not directed to become mutual energy in building a vision of world civilization, then this energy will be absorbed into routine or reinforcing old habits. At the moment, the world needs new energy, an energy wherein it is youth who we hope to become a wave of change of a better world. World civilization has experienced many waves of revolution, beginning from ancient ages, the Middle Ages, the modern era, the Industrial Revolution, and the present of revolution of the field of technology, often referred as to the Triple T Revolution, or we call transportation, telecommunication, and tourism. Now, the moment of the youth to the new generation of the world to channel their energy into carrying out revolution of the new civilization. seeking a new life which is more fitting than previously, a revolution which placed noble human values as a goal, or revolution, the dignity of man. A revolution of noble civilization which was introduced by Sukarno, founding father of Indonesia in 1960. The energy of youth to build an advanced and noble world civilization can be based upon the principle contained in Pancasila. This principle also contains universal values which could be applied internationally, including as part of our effort to build world peace. Panca means 5. Sila means principle in social and national life. Thus, Pancasila means 5 basic principles in the life and community and state. The essence of these 5 principles in Indonesia is called gotong royong. The approximate English translation of which is collaboration. Gotong royong is an effort, a pious activity, a work carried out together, pious work for the benefit of all. No such pious work in too small or too big. All have a role and work in the interest of everyone. Gotong royong is work, is brotherhood in the mood that we are all one family. Based on such enthusiasm of gotong royong, youth can possess the same vision in endeavoring for a development and advance of noble world civilization, living in brotherhood, free from exploitation between one group and another, between one society and another, between one nation and another, and between one state and another. Whatever content element of exploitation can never coexist with peace. Excellencies and honored participants, in order to strengthen the dynamic energy of youth, we need collaboration between countries for formulation a joint agenda as a vision of youth-related matter regarding building an advanced and noble world civilization. UNESCO could facilitate inviting all the nations, having a joint agenda in developing youth. The Indonesian nation is committed to join in working to build a better world free from conflict and tension, a world where children can grow with pride and freedom, a world where justice and prosperity apply for all people, a world where humanitarianism can achieve its full victory. Let us work together, move the dynamic energy of youth to build an advanced and noble world civilization. May God the Almighty bless and guide to our joint effort. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency Maharani. I think Indonesia is one of the amazing countries in Asia. Indonesia is very young and also culturally very rich and very diverse, yet maintain harmony and peace. I think this is one of the good models we need to learn from Indonesia. Thank you for introducing the interesting story of Indonesia. Let's move to Africa. Now we have the Minister for Tourism and Culture from Gambia. Gambia has gone through a lot of difficult times, many other countries, conflict, political difficulties, but now finally Gambia has come to the democratization period with a new president. It's a very good news for Gambia and also many people in Africa, whole world. Let's give a big hands to Minister Hamad Bag.
Yes, good. Thank you, Mr. Coordinator, Governor of Jeju State, the former President of Indonesia, the Director of UNESCO for Asia Pacific based in Hong Kong, in Bangkok, the organizers of this very important event, participants, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to begin by conveying to you, here assembled, the warm and friendly greetings from the people and government of the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. In equal measure, I wish to express my utmost and most sincere gratitude and regards to the organizers of this timely and very relevant meeting for their invitation and also the wonderful welcome and hospitality accorded to me and my delegation. I am thrilled and very much impressed and wish to say thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so much. And I must tell you that I was quite impressed with the beauty of this island since I came in, and the warm greetings and the friendliness of the people of South Korea. Thank you very much. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, I said a few moments ago that for me this is a very timely and relevant occasion because only a few months ago the Gambia was on the edge of an abyss of political explosion which came as a result of a disputed election in which the loser did not want to give up power. Disaster was averted thanks to the important agents, the youth and cultural diplomacy. This is why I will speak on this topic with passion, as it seems that it was crafted with the recent Gambian experience in mind. But therefore, going deeper into the subject proper, I will start with a modest attempt to define youth, culture, and sustainable future. This, I hope, will put us in a proper context and circumstances to appreciate my discussion. Youth. Who is a youth? The Merriam-Webster Dictionary gives a subtle definition as the early period of existence, growth, or development. This does not give a time span, which makes the definition somewhat incomplete. In our own context, a youth is defined as a person who falls between the age of 18 and 35 years of age. Of course, I wish to accept the sensitivity of those among this audience, perhaps who will feel that youth is defined more by a state of mind than by age limit. What is culture? As minister responsible for culture, I need not consult a dictionary for this one. I can safely say that culture is the way of life of the people. For example, there is food for culture, dress for culture as I am dressed today, religious culture, cultural ceremonies, housing culture, etc. Every group in the Gambia has a rich culture which is passed down from father to son, mother to daughter, through formal and informal means. Youth and culture in the Gambia. The Gambia, like all other African countries, has a diversified and a rich culture. The challenge, however, is that we are yet to fully harness the cultural resources at our disposal, including the potentials available in the areas of traditional music, dance, masquerade, theater, and drama, storytelling, and rituals to make a meaningful contribution to economic and social development, as well as for the promotion of tourism and job creation. According to the ILO statistics, 61% of the population in the Gambia is below 24 years of age. Contrary to what is in Korea, I believe Korea has become an aging society, of which almost 60-something% are now above the age of 65 from the statistics that I've got in hand. Many school leavers find it difficult to find gainful employment in formal or informal sector because they lack the skills required and the resources to become self-employed. Many between the ages of 18 and 30 risk the perilous journey to Europe in search of greener pastures, a desperate attempt to escape the woes of unemployment and poverty. No effort, Mr. Chairman, should be spared to provide this important group with a nurturing environment to develop their creativity, self-worth, and pride in Gambian culture, and equally important, be encouraged to use culture and their cultural industries as a means of gainful employment. Given the opportunity, the youths in the Gambia have the potential to contribute positively to national economic growth and development. Indeed, culture should be seen as an important resource in the Gambia. Through cultural manifestations such as music, dance, film, theater, literature, where the youth form the bulk of practitioners, youth could be a catalyst to self-development through job creation and sustainable development. Take film, for example, as a cultural sector. The youth filmmaker can hammer home his stories and as well as foretell the future for posterity. In most African countries today, the Gambia, not an exception, the content of our television program we watch does not reflect or seek to portray a national image or character based on our cultural identity. Thus, our youth stand on the cusp of being able to contribute to sustainable national development through making suitable content to local viewers. Through such films, youth can also engender peace and stability in their countries. Youth and sustainable political change. Taking the Gambia as an example. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me now to comment on the role of youth in nurturing positive democratic political change. In December 2016, I and 6 other political parties hammered out a coalition, dubbed Coalition 2016, to contest the presidential election in order to remove the notorious dictator Yahya Jammeh, who had held on to power from 1994 when he seized power from a democratically elected government until last January. A long nightmare which we will continue to recover from for many more years. Presidential elections were due in December 2016, and we only managed to get our coalition of 7 parties, including 1 independent candidate, let me say, ready only 6 weeks to polling day. What made us decide to work together to remove the dictator was chiefly to rescue the Gambian youths from imminent mass suicide since 2009. Our country of less than 2 million people had become the 5th biggest origin of young people desperately crossing the Mediterranean Sea to Europe to escape poverty and, especially in our case, political and social persecution. Jammeh had removed all the rights of the youth to even play summertime football or play lotto or even use the beaches, the beautiful beaches of their own country. They were banned from using. He banned everything, and filled his jails with youths accused of anything and nothing a year ago. For example, nothing less than 100 youth activists were in jail upon the place of Jammeh. We, the political leaders, had to do something drastic to rescue the situation, and this was urgency. This was urgency made us to convene the coalition. We put youths in the forefront of mobilizing supporters for the coalition. They used any means available, door to door, canvassing streets, corner rallies, graffiti, social media groups, and chat rooms, and so on, to further the message of our coalition, as Jammeh denied us use of state media, and the private media had been so much emasculated by his draconian laws and assassination of journalists that none dare to give our coalition airtime or column inches. But thanks to the youth activists who risk arrest and death, our message was filtered down to the electorate. It was thanks to this and the unprecedented youth turnout during the voting day that this hated dictator lost vote. A mere look at television footage of the joy which followed Jammeh's downfall will show the level of youth apprehension with his regime. For many days, the youth celebrated in joy. Even when he wanted to steal the people's verdict, it was the youth who refused to bite Jammeh's bait for provocation. The youth remained calm through the 40 days of terror, which ended on January 28, 2017, when he fled into exile under duress from ECOWAS military intervention. But, Mr. Chairman, what motivated the Gambian youth to seek a better future by working so hard to vote out a despised dictator? One of the many reasons is culture. Gambian culture puts high premium on respect for elders, a fact which Jammeh misused to take over country down to drain over a period of 2 decades. Yet our culture also has sanctioned respect for elders and sanction for elders who misbehave. tell lies or fail to honor their words, like Jammeh did when he refused to step down after losing election. It was the cultural leeway which allowed the youth together with other progressive forces in society that worked to heap pressure on him to leave power. The most noticeable of this cultural-inspired youth group was the hashtag Gambia Have Decided movement, which flooded Banjul, our capital, with literature and memorabilia asking that the people's verdict be respected. This group of willing youths helped to forge the new Gambia that, as I speak, inspired so many of us. Now that the Gambia has entered a new phase of democracy and the rule of law, where the voice of the youths are respected and appreciated, a sustainable future is indeed possible. But what should be appreciated? What should be done to be sustained the future like? Youth must be included in all our programs. All sections of society must see themselves in our development aspiration. The youth, the women, the physically challenged, foreigners, irrespective of religion, tribe, all sectors of society, must count. The economic, political, and social stratas and leaders have a major role to play in this sustainable future. Mr. Chairman, I should add that the youth and culture can help shape this sustainable future by also engendering peace and stability and tolerance. The youth must resist the temptation of radicalization of any sort or unwarranted rebellion and ideologies. Through our culture, we can, for example, reposition tourism to become a tool for economic growth and also for internationally maximizing and bridging and building bridges. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minister Hamad Ba. I'm sorry we are not able to give you more time. We learned two important things from your speech. One is youth is not by age, the state of mind. So I think we are all youth, irrespective of our age. Thank you. And also, as we learn, youth in Gambia play the key role for political change, especially democratization. I think it has to be learned among the many youth in different countries. Thank you once again. Sorry I was not able to give you more time. I would like to also let you know, Minister Maharani, understandably, she has also very important appointment right after this session, so you may leave now so that we can continue our session. Once again, let's give a big hands to the Minister Maharani for her intervention. Okay, now we have, as you know, two high-level speech. Now we are going to already come down, practical level. So next speech will be very interesting. He's going to speak about very practical experience of how culture can contribute to the peace and development. He's Eduardo Mendez from Venezuela, Simon Bolivar, the Music Foundation, El Sistema, very well known globally, the program. Let's give a big hand to Mr.
Hello to everyone. Thank you for being here this afternoon. It's an honor for me and for my organization to join this forum and to share with you some very special activities we have done in our country since 42 years until now. Every time we go to different places to share our experiences of El Sistema, we think about we are promoting something to have to be done. But in our case, we are sharing something that we already have done. And we keep trying to do and to share with the rest of the world as a proposal. I think we are going to start with a little video that will make you a little more comfortable of what El Sistema means for those that doesn't know what El Sistema is. So please.
Creo que a la Declaración Universal de los Derechos Humanos le faltó agregar el derecho de la humanidad al arte. un niño materialmente pobre se convierte en rico espiritual a través de la música. Y una vez que ya es un rico espiritual a través de la música, su mente, su alma, su espíritu están preparados para salir adelante. El sistema no puede entenderse en el sentido estático del término. Es una estructura en perpetua dinámica de transformación, de cambio, ¿no? Y de adaptación a las circunstancias bellamente cambiantes del mundo moderno, pues. Y en Venezuela eso, en manos de los jóvenes y de los niños, adquiere una dinámica portentosa. La raíz para mí del problema social está en la exclusión. Entonces observamos el mundo y vemos que por todas partes la explosión de un problema social tiene que ver con alguna forma de exclusión. Entonces nosotros tenemos que luchar por incluir el mayor número, todos si es posible, incluirlos en este mundo bello, ¿verdad?, que es nuestro mundo de la música, de la orquesta, del canto, ¿verdad?, del arte.
El 66% de las niñas, niños y adolescentes que atiende el sistema viven por debajo del índice de pobreza, y muchos de ellos en zonas alejadas de las capitales y centros de producción. El resto de la población atendida se localiza en zonas urbanas con mejores posibilidades de acceso, logrando un perfecto equilibrio e inclusión de la población venezolana. Son muchos los organismos e instituciones internacionales que reconocen al sistema como un programa de educación musical único, digno de ser implementado en todas las naciones del mundo y principalmente en aquellos países que buscan disminuir sus niveles de pobreza, analfabetismo, marginalidad y exclusión en su población infantil y juvenil. En más de 40 países han sido creados programas y convenios de educación musical que siguen el modelo venezolano. El Sistema Nacional de Orquestas y Coros Juveniles e Infantiles es una realidad consolidada y rinde hoy frutos de esperanza al ser cantera de miles de niños, niñas y adolescentes venezolanos que cumplen a través de la música sus sueños de realización personal y profesional. Jóvenes que cada día le ofrecen a su país nuevas posibilidades de superación y vitalidad. Ellos representan el esfuerzo y el símbolo de un proyecto de vida colectivo e integrado, tomando la música como un poderoso agente de cambios positivos y como el reflejo universal de nuestro potencial como pueblo y como continente.
All right. As you saw, this is a little show of what we have done since all the time. This guy who was talking there is Maestro José Antonio Abreu, which is the founder of the program, and is one of the most young, inspiring leaders in our country. And of course, I'm here to talk to you about the Sistema experience in the role of the youth and culture in shaping a peaceful and sustainable future. This video was taken in a way of the documentary called To Play and to Fight. To Play and to Fight is a guiding maxim of the National System of Youth and Children's Orchestras and Choirs of Venezuela. It reflects the firmness of purpose and perseverance of the Venezuelan musicians who, from generation to generation, has built a productive life through music. Now let's move to what is the Sistema. It's a state-funded organization created in 1975 by the Venezuelan maestro José Antonio Abreu, with the idea of systematizing music education and promoting the collective practice of music through symphony orchestras and choirs. as a means of social organization and communitarian development. Our mission, our vision, is to promote the collective practice of music through symphony orchestras and choirs in order to help children and youngsters to achieve their full potential and to acquire values that favor the growth and have a positive impact on their life in society. Actually, El Sistema has 840,000 students in Venezuela, and we are working very hard in our plan to achieve the goal of 1 million students by the end of this year. Passion for music for us means culture of peace. UNESCO defines a culture of peace as a commitment to peace building, mediation, conflict prevention and resolution, peace education, education for nonviolence, tolerance, acceptances, mutual respect, and reconciliation. In El Sistema, we believe music has to be recognized as an agent of social development in the highest sense because it transmits the highest values: tolerance, solidarity, harmony, mutual respect, and of course, intercultural and interfaith dialogue. And it has the ability to unite an entire community and to express sublime feelings. Through the orchestral and choral rehearsals, workshops, and group lessons, El Sistema has developed during the last 42 years a methodology based on the collective work. Every day, our children and young people share the beauty of making music together, developing in this way the collective consciousness of being part of a whole. All of this possible through teamwork, where tolerance, solidarity, quality, and self-esteem plays a very important role for each one of them. This is why each of these children and youngsters become leaders, promoting their new collective consciousness, transferring their thinking to their families and communities. Social inclusion for us means possibilities and opportunities. The root of most of the social problems that lead to violence is exclusion. In the social aspect, inclusion is a basic principle. Our motto is the poor first, and for the poor, the best instruments, the best teachers, and the best infrastructures. Culture for the poor can't be a poor culture. It must be big, ambitious, with quality, advanced, no leftovers. That is why El Sistema tries to include the majority of children and youngsters possible in order to make them better citizens who can lead the necessary changes for the future of the better world with a sense of unity, integration, dialogue, and tolerance. The personal satisfaction for us means motivation and self-esteem that contribute to the character building. When a child or youngster of El Sistema begins to play or sing, immediately becomes a human being full of hope, begins to feel valued by his fellows and teachers. He begins to understand that there is a different path to what the streets offer him, and he goes through a process of learning himself that it's much better to play a musical instrument in an orchestra or sing in a choir than to hold a weapon. They learn by themselves that doing music is relating to their fellows is more positive than fighting on the streets. They learn the value of discipline and the importance of doing music with great quality in order to achieve their goals, to have a decent present, and to build a better future. How we do that? With clear objectives and goals. Every human being has the right to a life of dignity and contribution filled with beauty. Every child can learn to experience and express music and art deeply, can receive its many benefits, and can make different critical life choices as a result of his learning. Overcoming poverty and adversity is best done by strengthening the spirit, creating, as Maestro Abreu puts it, an affluence of spirit, and investing that affluence as a valued asset in a community endeavor to create excellence and beauty in music. Effective education is based on love, approval, joy, and constantly successful experiences within a high-functioning, inspiring, nurturing community. Every child has limitless possibilities and the ability to strive for excellence. The culture of peace is learned and built day by day, working hard and with an awareness of what has been learned. This is why El Sistema promotes its values aimed at obtaining its most finished products that are the best citizens possible with leadership in a culture of peace. The nucleus for us means a role model of social coexistence. The nucleus is a physical location, which is the neighborhood where students live that primarily embodies the values of school of El Sistema. It is a haven of safety, fun, joy, and friendship, with an ethos of possibility and aspiration, where all students are encouraged to explore their potential. The nuclear walls are porous membranes open to the community, with community members often volunteering and using the facility, often to support other community needs. In the nuclear cohabit diverse children and youngsters of different races, religions, belief, and in some cases different nationalities. But when they begin to make music, all the barriers that could have are demolished, and the power of music. In the nuclear, we build the concept of us through orchestras and choir. It means that the children and youngsters start since they begin to be part of El Sistema to sing in an all collective way. Our daily activity keeps our students busy in their free time. A student spends a lot of time in a nuclear, many hours per day, almost all days a week, often over 4 hours per day, 6 days per week, with each time for special opportunities like festivals, seminars, and camps. Rehearsals are fast-paced and rigorous, demanding durable commitment, personal responsibility, and a strong work for ethics. I'm just finishing. Now I will pass to the last part, which show to some of the results of the program that we are talking about. The possible effects of being part of the orchestra and choir are larger among children with less educated mothers and boys, especially those exposed to violence, lower levels of aggressive behavior, reduced behavioral difficulties, healthy competition, respect for difference. Many international organizations have recognized the Sistema as a unique program, worthy of being implemented in a world of nations. In 1993, UNESCO awarded Sistema as the International Music Prize, and in 1998 awarded Maestro Abreu the title of Goodwill Ambassador for Music and Peace. And the young people who are part of the orchestral system now they are artists for peace. In February 2016, the message that the musicians of the Simón Bolívar Symphony Orchestra of Venezuela brought to the General Assembly of the UN was the operation of an orchestra as an example of the achievement of peace in the world. As a part of the supervision of the UNPD, our Jessica Falleta, the Latin American and the Caribbean director, visited one of our emblematic nucleus in Venezuela, and since more than 15 years, El Sistema is a Goodwill Ambassador for UNICEF. To finish, I will say a quote of Maestro Abreu, you will show. Sowing choirs and orchestras is certainly nothing more than spreading the seed of a luminous culture of peace. Thank you very much.
Okay. Once again, thank you very much. I don't want to summarize because the best way to digest is you can go to YouTube, El Sistema, and there are a lot of the video clips. I strongly recommend you to go to YouTube if you want to know more about this one. Once again, thank you for your presentation. Minister Maharani, you may go now. Once again, thank you very much for your contribution. Okay, now with the three presentations, now we are going to invite the three presenters who are young, not only the mind of their spirit and mind, and also physically young and spirit. So let's one by one. The first speaker is Umair Mushtaq from Pakistan. He's running very interesting program, Little Art in Pakistan. So let's invite him to listen to him. Let's give a big applause. Okay. Over here? Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. And thank you so much, FCU and Jejuporam, for inviting us and sharing our experience here. So before I just start formally, I would like to show a small video which will explain a lot what we do exactly. So can we have that video here, please?
Is it ready?
Yeah, actually I provided.
Yep. Positions and action. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah!
Let's have an adventure.
Thank you. The Little Art is a non-profit arts education organization that uses the medium of art to promote social values among children and young people in Pakistan. It aims to empower children and young adults through large-scale innovative arts festivals and creative education programs that help them to realize and achieve their dreams. It fosters committed participation of adults, teachers, and parents to build culture of learning through arts in Pakistan. The Little Art engages nearly 70,000 audiences annually through producing projects such as Lahore International Children's Film Festival, Tamasha Festival, Theatre for Young Audiences, National Child Right Arts Festival, and Artbeat, National Child Art Exhibitions annually. So that's what we do, and that's how we empower our youth in Pakistan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Muimar, I think for very concise and then pointed presentation and also keeping the time. The next speaker is from Palestine. You know where is Palestine? Yes. Okay, I want to speak, okay? She's Lynn Nasserallah from the Yafa Cultural Center, because whenever I introduce Palestine, because Palestine has also a lot of challenges, like South and North Korea. These are the two global peace challenges. So many young people are working for peace, both Palestine in Korean Peninsula. Let's see, we need to learn from your experience to promote the peace here. So you have 5 minutes, Lynn. Yes.
Okay, thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to share my experience and my organization's experience. A brief introduction about Palestine. Palestine has been occupied for 69 years now. In 1948, it all started when Israel decided to take our land and make us refugees in our own country. So I come from Balata refugee camp. In Balata refugee camp, Nablus, West Bank, Yafa Cultural Center was founded in 1996 as the cultural arm of the Committee of Defending the Rights of Palestinian Refugees. Our center was built on one basic idea, which is protecting the national identity of the Palestinian children and youth, and to revive the spirit of the culture of return. Mainly focusing on children and youth, the center's main goal was or is to raise awareness of the right of return by preserving memories of Nakba and its effect of pain and suffering. Nakba is the catastrophe that occurred in 1948. Each year we engage youth and children in many activities such as parades, photo galleries, films, festivals, to make them never forget that they have the right to return to their ancestors' original land and live the hard life in this camp. The top priority in our center is to focus on children's rights. So through many projects and workshops, we teach children the concepts of justice, freedom, democracy, and human rights. Like you can see, we have many prisoners who are children in Palestine. So we find it also very vital to engage the youth in the cultural movement that is happening in and outside the camp, so they can connect to what's going in Palestine and show empathy and solidarity with and become active citizens. We also give them space to develop their personalities, skills, and talents, and try as much as we can to provide them a safe environment to escape the hard life in the camp and not to be in the streets fighting or vulnerable to violence. We also enhance the volunteerism, innovation, and social work, because we believe that putting the youth on the right track is enough to build future leaders who care about nothing but their culture and country's future. We also are willing or will to build global citizens by participating in many cultural exchange projects with partners from different parts of the world. The cultural face of our cultural center is Aidun group, which is the traditional dance group that represents Palestine or Yafa Cultural Center both locally and globally. We also believe that art is a major thing that interests youth. So we have this group, which is for traditional dance. We also have film making projects, and we have theater also for kids to participate, and choral for also to sing. We also have Boys and Girl Scouts. We also have social supporting unit for youth and children and everyone in the camp. We, in 2015, we're very proud to win STARS Foundation Impact Award. So if it wasn't for, personally, if it wasn't for Yafa Cultural Center, I wouldn't be standing in front of you all here. And I wouldn't be this speaker and leader that I am today. And Yafa Cultural Center engaged me in many youth activities that allowed me to be, to feel responsible about my country. That's why I chose to study, for example, clinical pharmacy, because health sector in Palestine is not doing so well. So I felt the responsibility as a kid that I needed to benefit my country. And now going back to this center, being an organizer, I love it when I ask kids, what do you feel about Yafa Cultural Center? They immediately answer home. So this is very important for many organizations to know that youth is the fertile land, that you can grow and plant whatever you want, and it will grow and do amazing things for the future and for sustainable development. So I hope I was able to conduct what my... Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. In the youth program, usually the adult used to say, youth, you are the future leader. That's what adults say, you know. But what you are saying is, you are leaders now, you know, and also you can play a very important role contributing, especially the refugee children. So once again, thank you, congratulations. Please continue. So we are in with you, okay? Once again, let's give a big hands to our friends from Palestine. Okay, next speaker is Daniel Lindemann. He's a German, but working and living in South Korea, right? He's a very well-known personality because he appeared in the TV program. So I'm very interested what you are going to say about this presentation based on your multicultural experiences in South Korea. Lindemann, you have 5 minutes, please.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Daniel. I'm from Germany. All of our presenters before that, like really great presentations, fancy videos. I have this crazy memo sheet here. So call it like German modesty maybe, I don't know. But I hope still that my thoughts may maybe help you and understand what I'm thinking actually. These contents I usually use sometimes in my lectures. And I think it's very important. So what I want to do is I want to talk about culture before. So first and afterwards about the role of youth, especially here in South Korea and worldwide. So let's first start with culture. I think culture itself has more power than we actually can imagine. That's why we sometimes call it soft power, right? We call it soft power because culture is actually a good tool to win the hearts of people. So sometimes we call it also public diplomacy. And I think cultural understanding or cultural exchange itself is really essential for our mutual understanding because we people, all of us, including me, we fear what we don't understand. So just to give you a short example, aliens. I mean, if we think of aliens, of potential aliens, we don't know what they are. So that's the reason why we fear it, right? And I think cultural exchange itself is so important to give us this exchange, to give us this mutual understanding so that we can progress together and create a better world. So that's what I personally think, especially in our age of globalization. I mean, like a couple of 100 years ago, nobody actually could communicate that much as we can right now, which means people, they couldn't exchange their thoughts, but now we can. We are in an era of globalization. And for that reason, it's easier to exchange our thoughts and use our culture for peace. And the other thing is about youth. So especially here in South Korea, if you look at the history of South Korea, youth, they played such an important role. Starting with the First March movement in 1919, this movement was actually first initiated by the students. And also the 80s democratization movement was also initiated by the students. So what the students really did for this country was amazing. But what our youth right now needs now, especially in an era of Donald Trump, in an era of right-wing populism, in an era of racism, in an era of Brexit and whatever, what we need among our young people is political interest. And this political interest has to be a healthy political interest from my point of view. What does that mean? Political or healthy political interest can only achieve by education. And education in that sense means teaching people not to express their opinion before they don't gather all the available information about a topic they can. We need information before we get actually the right to express our opinion. This is real political interest. Just to give you a quick example, before the election or during the election period in the United States, CNN, they conducted an interview with a woman, middle-aged woman, who was a strong Trump supporter. And they asked her, do you think in religious freedom, in freedom of religious belief? And she said, yes, of course I do. And they asked her, so do you agree with Buddhism or Buddhist people being in the United States? Yes, of course. Do you agree with let's say, Christian people in the United States? Yes, of course I do. So what's about Islam? No, never. And he asked why? What is your opinion about that? And he says, I don't know, but I don't want them. This is wrong political interest. And what we need is right political and healthy political interest. And this can only be done by gathering all the information you get. And this helps our young people to gain objectivity and always to ask the question why. So I think that's what our young people have to do. And just to conclude my very short speech, I would like to tell you one quote from James Bond, Skyfall. So James Bond was in the museum and talking to his new Q. So what he said was, so Q said to James Bond, age is no guarantee for efficiency. And James Bond answered him, youth is no guarantee for innovation. Efficiency and innovation, these both things have to grow together. And I think if we really want to, to pursue, to develop, then not only the young people have to, to put the efforts in it, but only the old people. So we have to have a dialogue between the generations. And I think this will really help in our really crazy era these times to maybe maintain our humanity. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. He shows us another talent. He gave us very interesting intellectual articulation about the importance of culture. Because, as you said, these days fake news is a huge challenge. But this type of meeting, face-to-face meeting, it can be the solution to fake news. Because when you meet, when you share, we can understand, right? Beyond our religion. But reality is, people don't meet. And then they are all influenced by fake news. So I believe working together like this, we can really overcome challenges of fake news for mutual understanding. Thank you once again, Daniel. Let's move to the story from Jeju Island. You remember the video clip about beach combing? So she has been working on beach combing project for many, many years. Let's invite Shin Hwa-jung to share your story about beach combing. Let's give a big hands to Mr. Shin Hwa-jung.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Shin Hwa-jung from Jeju Joa. First of all, I have to say sorry. I'm going to speaking Korean, so you have to use your interpreter.
Okay. You are going to speak also Jeju dialect. 제주도 방언하실 거예요? Together? Okay, feel free. Yeah.
반갑습니다. 저는 오늘 제주도 조화를 소개하러 여기 나왔는데요. 오늘 소개하는 저희 활동이 여러분에게 얼마나 큰 비전을 제시할지는 모르겠습니다. 하지만 저희 활동이 좀 새로운 대안적인 삶의 방식에 대해서 여러분에게 작은 영감을 줄 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 그럼 시작하겠습니다. 제주도 조화는 제주 바다의 쓰레기 문제를 문화예술로 풀어보고자 만들어진 문화예술 단체입니다. 저희는 각자 다른 이유로 제주도에 왔고 제주 해녀 문화를 알리기 위해서 만들어진 한수풀 해녀학교에서 2012년에 만나게 된 친구들입니다. 해녀라는 것은 맨몸으로 아무 장치 없이 바닷속에 들어가서 해산물을 채취하는 그런 일을 직업으로 하는 여성을 말을 하는데요. 그 제주도에서는 그 행위를 물질이라고 합니다. 저희는 16주 동안 매주 토요일마다 그 현직 해녀 일을 하고 계시는 그 분들에게 물질 수업을 받았습니다. 그래서 그 수업을 받을 때마다 들어가 본 바다는 정말 매번 새로웠고 정말 아름다웠습니다. 하지만 역시 쓰레기가 정말 많더라고요. 물고기나 해산물보다 쓰레기가 더 쉽게 발견할 수도 있었습니다. 그리고 공부를 하다 보니까 바다에는 특정 국가나 개인에게 책임을 묻기 힘든 그런 쓰레기들이 끊임없이 밀려온다는 것을 알게 되었습니다. 해녀 학교를 다 마치고도 저희는 집으로 돌아가기 싫고 아름다운 제주도에서 좀 더 오랫동안 살고 싶다는 그런 마음이 들었고요. 그리고 또 우리가 가진 제주로 제주 바다를 건강하게 만드는 방법들을 찾고 싶다는 그 두 가지 마음이 합해져서 2013년 봄에 제주도 조화가 만들어지게 되었습니다. 저희는 바다 환경 문제에 대한 그 접근 방법을 비치코밍이라는 개념을 통해서 좀 다양한 장르의 예술가들 그리고 우리 주변의 일반 사람들과 협업해서 함께 찾고 있습니다. 비치코밍은 쉽게 말해서 바다에서 이것저것 줍는 행위를 말하는데요. 그 처음에는 난파선에서 표류되었던 그런 통조림 같은 것을 줍는 그 생계에 관련된 행위였다가 최근에는 취향에 따라서 줍는 그런 품목들이 더 다양하게 확장되고 있습니다. 우리가 해안에 가보면요. 생활에 관련된 거의 모든 종류의 쓰레기가 다 밀려와서 쌓여 있는 것을 볼 수 있습니다. 그래서 저희는 가장 흔히 볼 수 있는 깨진 유리, 그리고 폐목이나 드리프트 우드, 그리고 플라스틱, 스티로폼, 그리고 각종 어업 쓰레기들, 이렇게 가장 쉽게 볼 수 있는 이 쓰레기들을 이용해서 프로젝트를 진행하고 전시를 하고 제품을 만들고 있습니다. 저희는 버려진 것들 속에서 가능성을 찾는 그런 작업을 하고 있습니다. 바다의 쓰레기 문제는 매우 심각하지만 그것을 특정 국가에게 책임을 묻거나 개인이 또 그 문제에 접근해서 그거를 풀어나가기는 굉장히 힘듭니다. 우리는 비치코밍을 통해서 개인이 그런 문제점을 인식하고 참여할 수 있는 그런 방법을 알려주고 싶었습니다. 그래서 비치코밍이라는 것이 재미있게 함께 하고 싶은 것으로 인식되기를 바라고 있습니다. 모든 사람들이 바다가 아름답다고 느끼고 그리고 바다에서 노는 게 너무 즐겁다라고 느꼈으면 좋겠거든요. 왜냐하면 좋아하는 상대가 생기면 그 사람 혹은 그 대상을 아껴주고 싶고 그리고 지켜주고 싶잖아요. 그게 자연스러운 마음이기 때문에 그런 마음을 가지기를 바라고 있습니다. 그래서 우리는 해변에서 사람들을 모으고 만나서 단순히 쓰레기를 줍는 것뿐만 아니라 소리를 주우세요, 문장을 주우세요 이런 요구들을 합니다. 그래서 그런 주운 것들로 노래도 만들고 연극도 만들고 악기를 만들기도 합니다. 그리고 여러 가지 재주를 가진 전문 예술가들과 함께 다양한 방식으로 건강한 제주 바다에 대해서 의논하고 얘기를 나눕니다. 제주 바다뿐만 아니라 우리 모두의 바다를 위해서 사람들과 생각을 공유하고 함께 협업하고 그래서 무게는 나누고 재미는 더하는 것, 그것이 저희 제주도 조화가 바라는 지향점입니다. 비치코믹이라는 활동이 아주 작은 활동이지만 그것이 점점 확산돼서 거대한 무브먼트가 된다면 언젠가 바다에서 고래와 함께 수영할 수도 있다라는 그런 꿈을 꾸고 있습니다. 마지막으로 그런 것들을 하기 위해서 우리가 가진 한정된 에너지를 우리가 할 수 있는 그런 한정된 에너지로 우리가 할 수 있는 작은 일들을 저희는 매일 조금씩 천천히 하고 있거든요. 그래서 앞에 말씀드린 그 물질을 할 때에는 바닷속에 들어가서 가면 자신의 호흡의 길이를 잘 알고 조정하는 게 정말 중요해요. 그래서 그 한 30초 정도 숨을 쉴 수 있는 짧은 순간에 뭐에 집중해야 되는지 매번 판단하는 법을 연습하는 것이 가장 중요했습니다. 그래서 우리가 살아가는 삶 속에서도 매일매일 매 순간에 우리의 삶을 어렵고 복잡하게 만드는 그런 불필요한 것들을 다 걷어내고 단순하게 산다면 내가 정말 좋아하는 것이 뭔지 그리고 정말 집중해야 할 것이 무엇인지를 알 수 있게 될 거라고 생각을 합니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Shin Hwa-jung. 제주도 좋아. Do you know what does mean 제주도 좋아? I like Jeju, right? The beachcombing, I think this idea is very, very innovative. It's very simple, but it's not only beautiful, but also it can be very powerful because the idea of beachcombing can be also applied the river combing or street combing to clean up all our environment. I think this is very, very innovative. I hope we can apply in other countries as well. Unfortunately, time is already up. But fortunately, there is no program in this room. So with your permission, can you have maybe 5 or 10 more minutes? Is okay? Okay, thank you for your agreement. So I'm going to, there are so many participants here, but I cannot give you 5 minutes. So I can give only 1 minute or 2 or 3 persons. And then we have 2 keynote speakers. I'm going to ask them to give us a concluding remark, again 1 minute, so that we can spend about 5 minutes. Is it okay? Okay, who wants to, but not sharing, just comment. So when you, after listening to this keynote speech and sharing, is anything coming to your mind or heart? Maybe you can share very briefly. Okay, so let me see. Who wants to say? Please raise up your hand. Anybody from Africa? Yes, I know. Okay, please stand up. Please identify yourself, your name and country.
Okay, thank you, sir. My name is Adobo Elom Jose. I'm from Togo, West Africa. And I'm very, very impressed by your organization here in Jeju, especially your environment and all the training I've received since I'll be here for 1 week. Today is a great pleasure for me to meet one of the panelists, to discover again one of the panelists, Mr. Umer. I didn't know that he has so very great ideas. We discussed about many things, but today I discovered it again. And in the name of West African country, I want to thank you for inviting us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So I'm sure that after session you can discuss directly with the panelists. Okay, one more. Please raise up your hand. Okay, in the middle. In the middle, please. Yep. Okay, and then next.
Thank you. My name is Neftali. I'm from Haiti. My comment is for Mr. Ba. In Haiti, we have witnessed young people in front of a democratic movement to overthrow a dictator. But what happened after the movement is that the young people were excluded from the rebuilding of the nation. So what are you doing in Gambia to ensure that the young people after this movement are not excluded, are very important stakeholders in the rebuilding of Gambia? Okay. What are you doing for that?
Okay, thank you for a very good question. Young people are very active in a political transformation, but after that, politicians take over. Where is the space for young people, right? Very good. Next, please stand up and yep.
I'm really delighted to be here, and I represent Kazakhstan. My name is Bakhtgul, and I'm really happy for my friends to be able to share their experience. And I just wanted to say my comment that I really understand you, and Kazakhstan is with you, because 2 days ago we also had a National Day of Remembrance who were also suffering from policies. The half of the nation in Kazakhstan actually died in 1930s because of hunger, and the actual youth was the main force that gave the Kazakhstan independence, because in 1991 exactly youth students from university went to the square and said we want independence. So I think we really have like superpower. So thank you.
Okay, very good. Congratulations. Okay, the last section is anybody wants to speak from that section? So equal opportunity to, from right to left, left to right. Anybody from there? Okay, here? Okay, sorry. Okay, here, one more person.
Thank you. My name is Diego. I come from Guatemala. And it's just a brief comment on how impressed I was and just to see and to realize how art can really impact on the reduction of violence. And I was just thinking especially on the situation of Alabama and Venezuela right now and how, I mean, of course we don't have time right now, but if it would be possible for you to give you more information after the forum on how the art is like impacting on the life of people living like in the crisis in Venezuela right now. And of course, I just would like to congratulate my friends as well because it was a great opportunity for them, and I was really impressed to realize this once again. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. Okay, with these 4 panelists, would you like to comment on the responses from the floor or any, after listening to 2 keynote and then your colleague presentation, anybody wants to make any comment? It's okay? You? I think there was some question addressed to you.
I just want to share, like, the youth is the main stakeholder here, which I believe. And if you think sustainability, if you think for the sustainability, then you can have the more brighter and positive picture in the future. So we should not talk about just for the things. We should act and we should involve youth in our programs through all mediums which we can utilize, and we should empower them to make a brighter future for us. So it's all for the governments. So that's how I see, like, arts can do that very easily, very playfully. The arts can engage them in a way that we can see a bright future with them. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Well, as you mentioned, of course, my country is happening now a very difficult crisis. And my call, or a call of an organization like ours, is always to try to remain the values that we show to everyone. The moment of what is going on in a sistema, as I said in my presentation, a nucleo, or the sistema itself, is a group of persons who belongs to different sides. I mean, we try to all the time remain the middle of everything, and that's why the system has now 42 years going on in Venezuela through different governments. So in the moment, the call that we are trying to make to everyone is a call for peace. The calls to try to go ahead to the difference and try to make a better life for everyone. And this is the thing, the call that we all the time has to do to all the people that live in the country or any other place through the programs like we do.
Okay, thank you. Minister Park?
Yes, to comment on what?
Yes, final and concluding remark.
Let me just stand there.
But 1 minute.
Let me just stand here. Thank you. The gentleman from Haiti, I can assure you that the case would not be the case in the Gambia. I will tell you that we are learning. If you look at the Arab Spring, the Syrian one became a failure. Libya became a failure. But Tunisia and Egypt became a success. And we must take into account that education play a key role in making sure that the youths understand their role. You can be agent of change, but you must not also assume to be the ownership of the change. You are part of that change. And your over-demand for dividends of democracy to come, not giving the regime an opportunity or a chance, are always the results of this crisis happening again. And I'm sure the Gambian youths are aware of that, and the authority in the Gambia are aware of that. We believe in one thing, just to conclude, that fair access to national education, fair access to education, quality education should be for every citizen. If you talked about one of the biggest problems that we have today is education, the quality education is for the privileged few. They go to the expensive schools. The mass, other students who are the less privileged are put in government institutions which are underfunded with very low quality of education. That is what we are aware of, and that's what we need to change to make sure every youth have the right to quality education and have access to quality education, and that gives them access to national cake. But in the event whereas few people get access to quality education, and the majority of the people don't have access to quality education, they will not have equal access to national cake. And this is something that the Gambian government is aware of, and we are going to make sure that our youths are on board. They are not radicalized, and they are part of the system, that they don't own the change, but they are part of the change. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much once again, Minister Park. So, but when you made a comment about Tunisia, are you from Tunisia? So they may have some different opinion about your assessment of Tunisia, so you can continue to discuss after session. Okay? That's it. You know, we always agree to disagree, so it's a good opportunity to have a more dialogue on the political issue. I think the issue you touched upon is very, very important. You know, what is the role of youth before political change, during the political change, and after political change? So we need to be a part of the whole process. I think it's an important lesson learned. So with this one, we need to conclude our session. Are you aware of SDGs? So what is SDG? Oh, there's official, you know. But from this session, I want to give another interpretation of SDG, you know. Everybody was speaking about culture, right? Culture is composed of singing, dancing, art. So from this one, another name for SDG is singing and dancing groups, okay? So in conclusion, I'm going to invite everyone to sing together our common song. Okay, she is from Perugia. She is to share her talent of singing together. So, do you know what is our target 4.7? What is our target 4.7? Global citizenship education, right? These are part of global 4.7 exercise. Okay, please.
Okay, so just as we rehearsed, you sing with me. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us,
and the world will live as one.
Thank you very much. Let's give the speakers and the panelists a big warm applause. And also thank you for the beautiful song that you just sang. It was nice. So now let's conclude the session of the role of youth and culture in shaping a peaceful and sustainable future. I would like to thank you for your all kind attention and wish you a pleasant day. Thank you.
Thank you.